Dear listeners, welcome to History with Herodotus, where we delve into the vast expanse of human experience, uncovering the intricate tapestry of our collective past. Today, we embark on a fascinating journey to the sun-kissed lands of California, where the promise of untold riches once beckoned dreamers and adventurers from far and wide. Our tale begins in the mid-19th century, when the whispers of a hidden treasure sparked a frenzy that would change the course of American history. As we transport ourselves to the rugged landscape of 1840s California, we find ourselves amidst a sparse population of Native Americans, Spanish missionaries, and Mexican settlers. The region, then a part of Mexico, was a tranquil land of rolling hills, vast plains, and majestic mountain ranges. It was here, in the picturesque valley of the Sacramento River, that the seeds of a revolution were sown. The area was home to numerous indigenous tribes, including the Maidu, Miwok, and Ohlone, each with their own distinct culture and traditions. The arrival of American settlers in California, prior to the discovery of the precious metal, had been gradual. The first wagon train, led by the Bartleson-Bidwell Party, arrived in 1841, marking the beginning of a steady stream of migrants. These early pioneers were drawn by the promise of fertile land and economic opportunities, laying the groundwork for the influx of people that would follow. One notable figure, Johann August Sutter, a Swiss-born Mexican citizen, had been granted a large tract of land by the Mexican government in 1839. Sutter's establishment, known as Sutter's Mill, would become the epicenter of the forthcoming rush. The Mexican-American War had recently concluded, resulting in Mexico ceding a vast amount of land to the United States, including present-day California, through the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, signed on February 2, 1848. This transfer of ownership would have far-reaching consequences, shaping the fate of the region and its inhabitants. As we explore this pivotal moment in history, we find that the discovery of a precious metal was not merely a chance event, but rather the culmination of a complex interplay between geography, politics, and human ambition. On January 24, 1848, James W. Marshall, an American carpenter and sawmill operator, stumbled upon something that would change the course of history while working at Sutter's Mill. The news of his discovery spread like wildfire, drawing people from all over the world to this remote corner of North America. As we transport ourselves to the bustling landscape of 1849 California, we witness a region in the throes of transformation. The population swells, with an estimated 300,000 people arriving in the state between 1848 and 1852. The once peaceful valleys and hills are now teeming with activity, as makeshift towns and cities spring up to accommodate the influx of newcomers. San Francisco, in particular, undergoes a metamorphosis, growing from a small settlement of just a few hundred people to a thriving metropolis of over 20,000. The impact of this mass migration is felt across the region, with Native American tribes facing displacement and marginalization. The Maidu, Miwok, and Ohlone, among others, struggle to adapt to the sudden influx of outsiders, as their traditional ways of life are disrupted by the arrival of miners, merchants, and settlers. Meanwhile, the Mexican-American community, which had previously been the dominant force in the region, finds itself increasingly marginalized. Men like Leland Stanford, Mark Hopkins, and Charles Crocker, who would go on to build the first transcontinental railroad, make their mark on the state during this time. Women like Nellie Cashman, an entrepreneur and philanthropist, also play important roles in shaping the social and economic fabric of the region. The mining industry, which drives this period of growth, is marked by both staggering wealth and abject poverty. Men like Samuel Brannan, who makes a fortune selling supplies to miners, become overnight successes, while others struggle to eke out a living in the harsh and unforgiving environment of the goldfields. The concept of the 49er, a term coined to describe the wave of prospectors who arrive in 1849, becomes synonymous with the era, symbolizing the hopes and dreams of those who flock to California in search of riches. As we explore this pivotal moment in history, we find that the period is marked by both cooperation and conflict. The formation of mining camps and towns brings people together, fostering a sense of community and camaraderie among the miners. However, tensions also rise, as disputes over land claims, water rights, and racial differences create an undercurrent of tension. Her experiences, which span both the highs and lows of this era, offer a unique glimpse into the social and economic dynamics at play. The state is poised on the brink of unprecedented growth, with the mining industry driving innovation and development. We left off with the state poised on the brink of unprecedented growth, driven by the mining industry. As the mining industry reaches its peak in the mid-1850s, the easy-to-reach gold deposits begin to dwindle, and the process of extracting gold becomes more complex and expensive. Many miners who had once hoped to strike it rich find themselves struggling to make a living. The population of California, which had grown so rapidly during the gold rush, begins to stabilize and eventually decline. The state is forced to adapt to a changing economic landscape as the mining industry gives way to agriculture, trade, and other industries. The construction of the first transcontinental railroad in 1869, led by men like Leland Stanford and Mark Hopkins, marks a significant turning point in California's development. The railroad brings new opportunities for growth and connectivity, but it also exacerbates existing social and economic tensions. The decline of the mining era also has a profound impact on the Native American tribes of California. Many had been forcibly removed from their lands during the gold rush, and those who remained faced poverty, disease, and marginalization. The California legislature passes a series of laws aimed at assimilating Native Americans into white culture, including the forced relocation of children to boarding schools. The environmental consequences of the mining era are also severe. The use of hydraulic mining techniques, which involve washing away entire hillsides with water, causes widespread deforestation and soil erosion. The Sacramento River and other waterways become polluted with mercury and other toxic substances, harming wildlife and human populations alike. Despite these challenges, California emerges from this period as a thriving and diverse state. The legacy of the gold rush can be seen in the modern-day cities of San Francisco and Los Angeles, which were founded during this time. The state's economy, which was once driven by mining, is now fueled by technology, entertainment, and tourism. The gold rush brought people together from all over the world, fostering a sense of community and camaraderie among miners. However, it also created deep-seated social and economic inequalities, which continue to shape the state to this day. Today, the Ohlone are working to revitalize their language and culture, and to reclaim their ancestral lands. The legacy of the gold rush can be seen in the modern-day state, from the cities and towns that were founded during this time, to the social and economic inequalities that continue to shape the region. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, remember that to understand the present, we must first understand the past.